The Russian Su-25 attack aircraft delivered a powerful strike from an extremely low altitude on the positions of Ukrainian troops, when the Ukrainian military tried to occupy one of the settlements, presumably on the territory of the Kherson region. The Russian Su-25 attack aircraft destroyed significant forces of the armed forces of Ukraine with just one run, dropping 4 high-explosive bombs at once. A truly fantastic attack by a Russian Su-25 attack aircraft was captured by an unmanned aerial vehicle, which probably tracked down a group of Ukrainian military who decided to make a breakthrough. On the video frames, you can see how the Su-25 attack aircraft began to approach the target and, having fired several thermal decoys, dropped 4 bombs at once. As a result of the detonation of aerial bombs and a blow directly to the enemy's equipment, a powerful explosion occurred. However, the aircraft had already successfully left, having fired additional decoys in case a manpads operator was present. Judging by the strike, actually at one point, up to a company of the enemy could be destroyed, as well as lightly armored vehicles, which completely thwarted the plans of the armed forces of Ukraine to organize counter-offensive operations in the Kherson direction, and not for the first time, with very significant losses of the enemy. A huge convoy of more than 80 pickups and army trucks was seen moving towards the Donbass, against the backdrop of the fact that the head of the Chechen Republic Ramzan Kadyrov announced the formation and dispatch of a group of volunteers and military personnel of the Yugokhmet unit to the zone of the special military operation. A huge convoy of vehicles was seen moving in the direction of Donbass, consisting mainly of UAZ pickups and army trucks. The column was so massive that it stretched for several kilometers. On the presented video frames, you can see a huge column, with Chechen military personnel and volunteers. At the same time, at least 80 vehicles were counted on the video alone, and in the last seconds you can see that the column is even larger. The estimated number of vehicles here is more than 100 units. The second part of the personnel of the South Akhmet Battalion of the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation under the leadership of the commander of the unit lwiw, as well as a group of volunteers trained in combat tactics within the walls of the Russian University of Special Forces in Gutherie. The day before, the first group of employees of the Yugokhmet battalion set off for the Donbass by land, reports Ramzan Kadyrov. How many people are included in the group of military and volunteers is not specified. The Ukrainian military tried to create a tactical encirclement, finding themselves pressed against a river with destroyed crossings. The Ukrainian troops, who retreated from the area of the settlement of Zelenskiy Stabak, found themselves unexpectedly sandwiched between units of the Russian military and the Ingulets River. As it turned out, as a result of the strikes, the crossings established by the Ukrainian military were destroyed, as a result of which the units of the Ukrainian troops were cut off from help and lost the opportunity to retreat further to the west. At the moment, it is known that Ukrainian troops are located in the area of the settlements of Andriivka and Lozovo, while part of the troops concentrated in the area of UXNUMX settlement of Andriivka, in fact, is located in open areas and can be destroyed by artillery or airstrikes. Quite remarkable is the fact that the retreat of the Ukrainian troops from the area of the settlement of Zelenskiy Stabak turned out to be very unexpected, however. Obviously, due to the destruction of the crossings across the Ingulets River, a complete withdrawal of forces could not be carried out. At the moment, the state of affairs of the Ukrainian military who find themselves in a tactical environment is very serious, since a rather large group of Ukrainian troops can be destroyed. The infantry fighting vehicle received critical damage after a direct hit by an anti-tank missile in the ammunition rack. An attempt by the BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicle to carry out a surprise attack using natural cover was unsuccessful. After the firing armored fighting vehicle was detected, an anti-tank missile was fired at it, literally breaking through the armor of the BMP-3 and hitting the ammunition rack, which led to the immediate detonation of the ammunition load. On the video footage published on the web, you can see the moment an anti-tank missile hit an infantry fighting vehicle BMP-3. On the video frames, you can see that initially there is one explosion, which is the result of a missile hitting the combat vehicle, and a moment later, a much more serious explosion occurs, which is the result of the detonation of the infantry fighting vehicle ammunition. Considering that the BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicle is equipped with a 100mm weapon, it is logical to assume that the reason for such a strong detonation is just the hit of these ammunition in the ammunition rack. Video footage, according to preliminary data, was made on the territory of the Kharkiv region during the repulse of the attack. However, apparently, the footage itself was filmed several weeks ago, when very hot battles took place in the region.